Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at Mega Rising, that new Pokemon TCG Pocket set, the one I've told you about, which is going to be coming, the one that I told you is going to be introducing Mega Pokemon EX into the Pokemon TCG. Yeah, that. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. It is official. And yes, we do have a bunch of stuff beyond what we knew before. We have confirmation of the release date, which is going to be next Thursday, the 30th of October, just in time for Halloween. Yay! But we've also got a whole bunch of other new cards to talk about. Do please bear in mind, this is for the first time since Genetic Apex. This is basically a trio set. We're getting 3 different booster packs. So we do have a Gyarados pack, or a Mega Gyarados pack, a Mega Blaziken pack, and a Mega Altaria pack. And just like we've seen with these split sets before, they are going to be different sets. If you want Mega Blaziken, don't be opening Mega Gyarados packs, and so on. You have been warned. There we go. So what else has been revealed? Well, if we have a quick look at these Megas just while we're here. Mega Gyarados, 4 energy, 140. Discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. I think we've got enough water acceleration to make this legit. Also, please remember that we've got, free prizes or free points given up when a Mega Pokemon gets KO'd. That means that you can play other Pokemon, and it doesn't really matter if they get KO'd, because you put up your Mega when your opponent's got 1 point left, and they've got to go through that to win the game. Mega Blaziken for 2 energy does 120, and you discard an energy and you get burn. Yeah, this is pretty good for a stage 2. 210 HP, big damage, love it. And then Mega Altaria, 2 energy, 40 damage plus 30 more for each of your bench Pokemon. My biggest issue with this is that you need to have bench Pokemon in order for this to hit big. So I'm just going to ignore your Mega Altaria and go after your bench. So honestly, not loving Mega Altaria, but the other 2 have a lot of potential. They're the ones we knew about before. What have we got that's new? Well, how about Mega Pinsir? I like Mega Pinsir. I think Mega Pinsir looks really, really fun. Now, of course, it is a basic Pokemon, which is absolutely worth pointing out here. And we've got 170 HP. And we've got 3 energy, 80 damage, flip a coin. If heads, it does 70 more. Yes, I am well aware that 3 energy is quite a lot. And yes, I'm well aware that we need a coin flip. None of this is ideal. But then also, by the same token, we're doing a lot of damage if we flip heads here. Like a lot of damage if we flip heads. And it's on a basic huge HP Pokemon. This one has caught my eye. What has caught my eye even more than this, however, is Absol. I love Absol. I think Absol's fantastic. What we got here from Mega Absol, basic Pokemon, 170 HP, 2 energy, 80 damage. Your opponent reveals their hand, choose a supporter card in there and discard it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely adore this. Because essentially what we're doing here is, firstly, we're doing 2 energy attack. That's not very much. We're not asking a lot to get this rolling, but then 80 damage is enough to get a lot of pretty key KOs in Pokemon Pocket. But then by the same token, we're also getting supporter cards out of the hand, and that's kind of wonderful. Because all of those supporter cards your opponent might need, whether that's Professor Oak or Professor's Research to draw more cards, or something like a Cyrus to drag a Pokemon from the bench into the active, not going to work anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Not going to work anymore. And obviously, yes, your opponent can just play the supporter, but like Cyrus isn't ready to be played until I've got a good damaged Pokemon to gust up. When I play Professor's Research, I might draw a supporter card, but I can't play it until next turn. Well, by the time it gets to next turn, Mega Absol's going to have that right out your hand now, isn't he? I love this. And very much worth pointing out, this works with Darkrai. And not only does it work with Darkrai, but Darkrai's a 2-point Pokemon and Absol's a 3-point Pokemon. So I can be rocking along with Darkrai and it doesn't even matter if it gets KO'd. My opponent has to KO my Mega Absol to win the game, and if they KO a 2-point Pokemon, they still have to KO my Mega Absol to win the game. Love this. I think this is one of the most... This and Gyarados are the two that are really making me look up and go, hang on a second. I think there could be something here. This looks incredibly fun. The other Mega Pokemon which was shown off, yes, we've seen half a dozen, is Mega Ampharos. Now, this is a Stage 2, but we've got 210 HP, and we've got 3 energy, 100 damage, and then a bench Pokemon is chosen at random 3 times, and 20 damage is done for each time it's chosen. If there's just a 60 HP basic Pokemon on the bench, it will KO it. Otherwise, it will spread damage around. I worry that 3 energy is a bit too much and the damage is a bit too little, especially with the randomized bench damage. But it is still 210 HP, and we do have fun ways to get lightning energy out a bit more easily. Things like Zeraora, for instance, which has been really good since it came around, or things like Magneton. So, yeah, we do have options here, so I'm just saying, this could end up being good as well. It's not my favourite of them, if I'm honest with you, but I do think there is a little something here. Now, in terms of the other cards that were revealed very nicely in the press release and we've got big scans of, don't worry, I'm going to show you everything that was revealed. We've got a lovely little alternate art of Growlithe. It's beautiful, but it's also single energy 20. It's not particularly exciting, love the artwork, but there's very little else to it. Similarly, there's a Pidgey by Kodama here with Pikachu chasing it. Looks lovely. Doesn't really tell us anything. It just looks cool. And there is a Jirachi, which I actually sneaky love. Single energy, and it does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. But it doesn't say random, and it doesn't say active. And baby Pokemon are actually seeing quite a lot of play around right now. Things like Pichu, for instance. So if it's active, you get the KO, and if it's benched, you get the KO. As a counterplay here against people using those baby Pokemon, this Jirachi is actually potentially sneaky awesome. I have got my eye on it. Now that's what we've got really nice, lovely scans of, but let's not go pretending I haven't scrubbed my way through the trailer to find every piece of information I can. There are some other cards which have been shown off here that we can have a little bit of a look at. Like, for instance, these 3 Furfrou. Yeah, they might have different artwork, but they're all exactly the same. And I don't want to be like that guy, but I'm not sure they're actually particularly interesting or exciting, I'm afraid. Don't want to sound mean on this one, but they're not cards that really stand out to me as, oh my goodness, have you seen these? We got 2 energy 50, which is not horrendous, but it's not particularly good. And then we've got an ability that reduces damage done by 20, which is, you know, it gives you a little bit more survivability, I suppose. But then you've only got 80 HP to begin with, so yeah. I'm gonna be honest with ya. Yeah, it's fine, but it's not one that I'm terribly excited about, I think we can be clear. What else have we seen? Well, we saw some supporter cards. Absol's going to be looking to go after these. And what we've got is we have got ourselves May, we've got ourselves Lizia, and we got ourselves Marlon. And these ones are interesting. Now, May puts 2 random Pokemon from your deck into your hand, and for each one you put into your hand in this way, choose a Pokemon to shuffle from your hand into your deck. Now, obviously, if you don't have any Pokemon, then these just go straight back. If you've got 1 Pokemon, then you can kind of keep 1 of them, but that's like the best we can do. So, yeah. You kind of need to have Pokemon in your hand in order to make the most of this, but if you do, I'm kind of loving it. We've got Lizia that I absolutely adore. Puts 2 random basic Pokemon with 50 HP or less from your deck into your hand. But if you're playing something like Mega Gyarados, for instance, well, this can go and get both your Magikarp, which I'm absolutely loving. So if you're playing those decks that have low HP basic Pokemon, I do think this is one that we should be keeping a bit of an eye on. This one looks awesome. And then we got ourselves Marlon here, which heals 70 damage, but only from your Caracosta or your Jellicent. So essentially it just comes down to how good a Caracosta and Jellicent going to be. And the answer is, well, we might actually have one of these. We'll get to that in a moment. Now, we were shown a couple of items/tools. Citrus Berry at the end of each turn. If the Pokemon the card is attached to has half its maximum HP or less remaining, you heal 30 and discard it. It's a heal 30, but only when you got half your HP remaining. It's good because it waits there until you need it, but it's bad because your opponent can play around it and just make sure you don't technically go down to half HP. Flame Patch, however, absolutely ridiculously busted. One of the best cards in Pokemon TCG Pocket, I'm telling you right now. You attach a fire energy from your discard pile to your active fire Pokemon. Obviously, great combo here with Blaziken. But also, like, Charizard EX is a legitimately great Pokemon that sees a bunch of play. Yeah. It just needs a lot of energy. And the wonderful news is this now helps you get that energy back. It's awesome. Now, it does attach from the discard. So essentially, you have to have had the Pokemon KO'd and then get the energy in the discard, and then you can attach it. But, like, your third Charizard EX uses Stoke. That's what your first one does. And then after that, you can accelerate massively with 2 Flame Patch. Ridiculous card. Absolutely absurd card. One of the best cards in the entire game. No, I'm not exaggerating. We then had this big splash we were shown at the end. And there's a lot going on here. But, for instance, we can see the Jellicent there. Told you we could see one of them. If it's active and damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench. Really good with Mega Pokemon because, again, it doesn't matter what you have KO'd as long as you can bring up your Mega as your final Pokemon. So use this to accelerate energy to your Gyarados. Love it. We've got a Hydreigon that once during your turn, you can attach 2 Darkness Energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon at the cost of 30 damage. We then got free energy, 130, and discard it all. And then you attach the turn, use your ability, you go down 30 HP, you get to use it again. Yeah, this is a single point Pokemon doing 130 every turn. We've got a Lilligant that boosts all of your grass Pokemon by 20 HP. Don't sleep on that, that can be awesome. A Crocodile that flips a coin until you get tails and gets rid of an energy for each heads. And we got an Aegislash that says attacks used by your Psychic and Metal Pokemon do 30 more. That is a heck of a damage boost, but it is also on a stage 2. And yes, if you can get 2 Aegislash in play, it will double up and give you plus 60, but that is meaning you've got to get both your Aegislash into play, which won't be the easiest thing to do. There we go. That's what you need to know. That's what we've seen. There are some very nice cards coming in this set. You've only got to wait till next Thursday. It's 1 week away. I am hyped, but I don't know how hyped you are. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Good us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.